Christ. Don Perignon, the lobster and the fried rice. One brick, one brick. All I need is one brick.
Westside Gun did his thing, man. He did his thing. Mr. T meets Mr. Betrayal. Yo, the kids call me old timer. Why? Cause I'm shining. Brighter than Richard Hart's Black Diamond. Enigma. And tell the children put the guns down and stop. Put them down. They on demon time. You hear the police sirens? Fatherless kids and mothers who are childless. Some adults are ill-stricken and they're dying. You're not a man if you can't look them in the iris. Hex IV positive with the virus. The pulsechain strain slide it up. Papyrus. And post X will be more desirous. The cosmic diviner. The cosmic designer structured my environment.
Tripods out of Teslas. Scrape the pots for the X.
What's going on, everybody? It's your host, the Crypto Wonder. Hope you're doing well. Let's get right into it. Shout out to everybody. So, lots been going on. A whole lot has been going on, you know. First and foremost, you know, I want to tell my viewers, if you don't know, pulsationswag.com is out. If you're interested in acquiring merchandise, different items such as, you know, t-shirts, hoodies, things of that nature, go check out pulsationswag.com. You know, in an effort to do some outbound, right, marketing. Salute to those guys. Salute to Pulse Nation for real. Getting eyes on the prize, such as blockchain, such as pulsechain, such as RHMax tokens. When I say max tokens, I mean RHMaximalist tokens, you know, Hex, pulsechain, PulseX, Ink token. You can't. All the narratives about the building. Let me tell you something, right? when for the better part of whatever, a lot of people just thought that they could use that idea as far as RHMax is not supporting builders and try to insult, disparage, right? Disrespect. But the whole time, they understand very well too that as an RHMaxian, as a content creator, and as a supporter, as an active participant in the community, utilizing these blockchains, appreciating these core tokens, the whole time we've been building. The whole time. Seriously, because, and it's subjective whether you want to believe that value is brought to the chain or not. That's subjective. That's up to the person if they want to interpret how effective everyone's attempt to build has been. Even people who've launched coins, well, quantify it. What are you going to look at? Volume and just go by that? Right? What are you going to look at? Liquidity and just go by that? A lot of these things are very hard to quantify. But I say that to say whatever efforts you're making in the community, or however you're actively contributing and participating, you could just be creating memes on Twitter, right? You could like a post, share, retweet. You could chat in a live stream, on a blog, right? Live stream. You could be a moderator. You could be someone that just, you know, you just right there acquiring, DCAing into the ecosystem. It's all efforts and methods and different ways that people can contribute. Don't let these people think you're not doing anything, especially if you're involved. Even if you're simply watching. You don't click a like, right? You don't share, you don't restream, but you're watching, you're contributing. You're contributing. Because a lot of you could be doing the same thing. You're going to tell me that doesn't count. You're going to tell me things like viewership has no purpose, right? Let's be honest. So, salute to the people. And those who are interested in also trying to maybe think about how they want to contribute, create whatever. If you're creative, create, folks. Don't allow fear to hinder you. Whatever, however you create yourself, through literary forms, artistic expression, whatever, athleticism, however you want to create to add to the fold, you do that. You do that. If you don't feel like you're an artist, but you're somewhat of a person who is a good speaker, you listen. Every effort, every type of act towards, appealing to those who may not know what's going on here, it's something that needs to be respected. As far as like, you never know what your contributions, how far they can go. You never know, right? Because those of us who really understand what's happening here, these are exciting times. And if you want to, add to the fold, why not enjoy yourself while you do it? By being yourself. In whatever capacity. You have people who contribute in a bunch of different ways. And it's okay. As long as you're being real to yourself, everyone gets to enjoy the spoils of everyone's efforts, if you will, or attempts to bring light to what's going on pulsechain. And no one gets paid for this unless you some type of nefarious builder launching trash coins. That's what that's what they've been doing now. That's the lick. That's the lick of the day right now, or the moment of the season, of the phase, right? Launch whatever trash you can and get as much as you can out of it. I mean, if that's not a backwards version, I guess the type of giving tree that I'm sure RH wasn't happy about, but it's just become that by default, right? All right, check this out. BiGGeR pays better. BiGGeR pays better. Where you always hear some BiGGeR pays better? When you're staking hex. You hear longer pays better. The longer you stake is the more that you'll receive by way of rewards. The larger you stake is also true. The more that you'll see by way of rewards. And also the earlier that you stake. Yesterday was always better than today. As far as the rates. You understand? All these things, when you talk about BiGGeR pays better, longer pays better, these things, they relate to the T-share, the staking operations of Hex. Now, I'm bringing this up again because I noticed in the farming, with respect to PulseX version 1, if you're providing liquidity in version 1, you essentially are farming, right? You're yielding rewards by way of ink. When you farm your coins, you pair them up and you earn a certain percentage based on the number of tokens that you farm, right? You'll identify your percentage in the pool and you'll receive a certain amount of rewards daily, or allocated to you according to your share of the pool in V1, for example, right? Because we're talking about farming right now. Now, what's interesting is when you look at the calculator. This was something, let me tell you, and let me give credit to where it's due to. There's a person that I heard on YouTube who was in a group chat, and the person's name, I think they said his name is Tiago. So shout out to Tiago for bringing this up. And I'm also going to share the same thing that he talked about with respect to the farming, BiGGeR pays better, this calculator situation, and make it clear for y'all what I'm talking about. It seems like, for example, if you go to the calculator in the farms, pick any of the pairs from PulseX to PulseX, Pulse pair to, or farm to, PulseX and Inc. All of the farms, they have small calculators next to, I guess the APR rate or variable or whatever. If you were to, let's say, whatever the numbers are, you want to stake, let's say, let's keep it simple, PulseX and Pulse. You want to stake enough, half on one side, half on the other. In other words, if you're staking a total of $10,000, you want to stake $5,000 on one side for Pulse and $5,000 worth of PulseX, right? To get your tokens, to then farm, to then stake the LP tokens, and then receive your yield in ink. When you look at the calculator, it'll tell you how many rewards you should expect to receive. It's an ROI calculator. So on day 1, it'll give your number. 7 days, it'll give your number. After a year, 365 days, it'll give your number. 5 years, etc. When you go to that day, if you're able to see, for example, based on however much you decide to stake, 10,000, 1,000, whatever, let's say, to keep it simple, whatever amount will allow you to yield 1 ink per day. If it's 1,000, if it's 5,000, if it's 10,000, whatever amount it is, you play with the numbers. That'll show you that when you click on one day, if you can yield 1 ink per day, right? Which means that after 7 days, you should have 7 ink, right? When you click on 365, ideally you should have 365 ink, right? What's interesting is when you check the 365 mark, it'll show you that you'll actually receive a little bit more than 365. Which brings me back to the whole point of longer pays better and BiGGeR pays better. The longer you keep those farms running is the more you receive. The bigger amount you have in your farms, the more you will receive, because it's in the calculator. Unless there's some type of flaw with the calculations, which I don't think it's a flaw, right? I don't think it's something like a mistake. What do they say? It's a feature, not a bug, right? Think about it. Because after almost a year, pulsechain being out, you don't think people would have noticed, a calculator, folks going by this, and then you're doing the calculations. This is why farming, this is why some of this, like people, we have to pay attention to what we have here, because this thing is powerful. Because right now you could say, okay, 1 ink is worth $5. You're earning 1 ink a day. Okay, after 30 days, what's that? And as far as dollar term, you got 30 ink times 5, $150. Okay, but we can never underestimate the fact that we don't know how high these things can go. Price appreciation is a factor, right? These things are designed to not be nimble or go down in price over time or anything of the sort. Everything Richard has created is designed to do multiple thousand X gains over a period of time. It may happen, it may not, but these things are designed to do that. Okay? On top of that, the longer you keep farming it, whatever you have going on, is the more you will receive over a period of time. Again, like I just showed you, like I'm just talking to you. I can't show you right now because I'm speaking, but go play with the calculator and see for yourself. Go see for yourself. When you click on day one, it'll show you. And I say one ink per day to keep things simple, right? Whatever amount you need, if it's 2,500, if it's 5,000, if it's 10,000, just play with the numbers just to show you enough that you can receive, that the calculator show you how much it'll take for you to receive 1 ink per day. And then you click on the 7-day, it'll show you, right? But then when you click on the 365th day, I mean, I saw something the other day that was like over 400 ink for the year after 365 days. That's 40 ink more, give or take, right? That you would think you would get on top of that. So imagine when ink reaches its all-time high. Imagine when ink surpasses it, well surpasses its all-time high. I mean, this level of passive income is going to be respected big time. Has to be. You cannot sleep on these things and these opportunities, folks. Shout out for Tiago to talking about that in that stream, and this is why I'm speaking about it and just bringing it and leaving it right here for you guys to think about as well. And if it matters to you, also go to the PulseX DApp, the app, and check on the farms section, and you play with version 1. Make sure it's version 1, because version 2 there are no farms. Version 2, basically, if you're providing liquidity in version 2, you'll be earning fees. You won't be earning incentive token. You'll be earning fees. Version 1 essentially burns the fees. It burns PLSX. But if you're farming version 1, you're earning ink token. Version 2 doesn't do that. Version 2 allows you to earn fees. We're talking about version 1 in the calculator, folks, and how longer pays better and bigger pays better. It's embedded. It seems like it's also embedded in the calculations within the system of version 1. Salute to RH. And with that, folks, salute to y'all too for participating. And the real builders keep building. And the real believers keep believing. Never lose faith. Remain vigilant. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Take care.